Okay, this lesson is for Tuesday, May 25th, I think. And this is going to be lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in your packet. These are all review, things we've done in class before. So we're just going to look at them again so that we don't forget. So on this page, we're looking at tens and ones. We'll also be looking at 100s. So remember, a 1 is a one-digit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Once you get to 10, 10 is a two-digit number because it takes two numbers to write that number, a 1 and a 0. So when I collect 10 of these, I put them together into one group of 10. Okay, and when we model that with our quick draws, we just do a line. When we're modeling a 1, remember we just do a circle. Okay, all right, so we're going to count these not by ones when they're all in a line in a group. That means we know they're a group of 10. So we're not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will take us way too long. We're going to count by tens. So we say 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, and then you see they put an 8 here, but we did not count 8, we counted 5. So I want you to write right on top of that 5, okay, because we just counted 5. Let's do that again. 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens. Everybody makes mistakes, so now let's count our ones. So these we're going to count by 1 because we have just single ones. Count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones. Oh good, they got that one right. Okay, so in this model we have 5 tens and 8 ones. So that's what we wrote. 5 tens, 8 ones. Now let's count by tens. How much is 5 tens? So if we count all of these, we count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh good, they wrote 50. 5 tens is 50. And then we still have 8 ones. That's just 8. Now when we put 50 and 8 together, what number does that make? 58. So we write 5 in the tens place, 8 in the ones place to make 58. Okay? So here we're going to first count how many tens we have, how many groups of tens, and then how many ones. So count the groups. Go 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens. 6 tens. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. 6 tens. If 5 tens is 50, 6 tens must be 60. Let's count it to make sure by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60 plus 4 ones. When I put those two numbers together, I don't have 0 ones anymore, I have 4 ones. So 6 tens and 4 ones makes 64. So if I have 3 tens, it's 30. If I have 8 tens, it's 80. Okay? Draw the same number using only tens. Write how many tens and ones. Write the number in 2 different ways. Okay, so first we're just going to do what we did up here. Count our tens, count our ones. That's going to be one way. Okay? Then we're going to draw it a different way, but the same number. So first, how many tens do we have? Let's count them. 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens. 5 tens. How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 that are in the ones place. Okay? Now we already know 5 tens is 50, so let's write that. And 10 ones makes 10. Now what is 50 plus 10? So we know when we count by tens, after 50 comes 60, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 10 more is 60. Another way you could do that is you could say, oh, 5 tens plus 1 more 10 makes 6. 0 plus 0 is 0. So 60. So over here, this time we're going to we need to draw 60 again, but a different way. So do you see how we have 10 ones here? Can we put those together into a group of 10? Yes, we can. So we can draw the 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 5 tens. Now let's take these 10 ones and put them together in one group of 10. So make one more group of 10. So we still have the same number, we just modeled it in a different way. Okay, so this time how many tens do we have? Let's count all of our tens. 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens. And how many ones do we have? I don't see any circles, so that means 0. Okay, so 6 tens is 60, 0 ones is 0. What's 60 plus 0? Is 60. Okay, and on the back, page GRP2, we're going to look at place value using our hundreds, tens, and ones. So remember, we have our H for hundreds, T for tens, O for ones, HTO. So 100, remember, is 10 tens put all together. So this is 10 tens. So you can see 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, 10 tens. Let's count those by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So this big square represents 100, okay? The long line is just a 10, and remember, a circle or a little square is just a 1, okay? So this time we're going to draw a quick draw and then write how many hundreds, tens, and ones. So here's our number. So if it helps you, put your H, your T, and your O. So 100, so that means one big square. 6 tens, so that means 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3 ones, 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. So I have 100, 6 tens, and 3 ones in the number 163. Okay, so you're going to do the next number, 128. So 100, put your HTO on there if that helps you. Okay, 100, 2 tens, 8 ones. So 100, 2 tens, 8 ones. So you're going to draw that. And then go ahead and do the same for 154. Okay, let's look at number 4. Circle your answer. I have 100, 2 tens, and 5 ones. What number am I? Okay, so let's put our little HTO here. 100, so 1 under the H. 2 tens, so 2 under the T. And 5 ones, so 5 under the O. So that way I know my answer. My answer is 125. So I know what to circle. Okay, so on this one, let's do the same thing. Put your HTO. Now this one, I noticed they didn't do it in order, so make sure you look. 0 ones, that means 0 for the O. 5 tens, 5 in the T. And 100, 1 for the H. So find that number and circle it. All right. We also already practiced this, so this is a review using your greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay, so remember when you're doing greater than, less than signs, the big open part goes to the big number. The little point points to the smaller number. Equal means they have to be exactly the same numbers. If they are not exactly the same, in the same order, they are not equal. Okay? So here we see 100, so we write a 1. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens, so write a 7. And 1, 2 ones, so write a 2. On this side, I see 100. And let's count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. And count the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. So 172. So let's look. Our hundreds are the same. They both have a 1. Our tens are the same. They both have a 7. So we have to look at our ones. A 2 and a 6. So 2 is less than 6. So that means the little point goes to the little number. So 2 is little, 6 is big. Okay? All right, let's look over here. We have a 1 for the hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, and 1, 2, 3 ones. Okay, let's count this one. 100, 1, 2 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. All right, now let's compare. Compare first our hundreds. 1 and a 1, that's the same, so then we need to look at the tens. 4 and a 2, ooh, that's different, so that's where we can stop. Is 4 greater than 2 or is 4 less than 2? 4 is greater, it's bigger, so the big open mouth goes to the big number. And the little point points to the little number. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing here. You're either going to write a greater than, a less than, or an equal to sign. So always start with your hundreds first. If you need to, put your HTO right on top of those numbers so you remember where your hundreds are. So the hundreds are both 1, that's the same, so look at your tens. 6 and 6, that's the same, so look at your ones. 2 and 2, that's the same. They're the same number, so they are equal. Okay? Let's look at this one. I have 1 in my hundreds on both numbers, 3 in my tens in both numbers, so I need to look at the ones. 3 and 7. Is 3 greater than 7 or is 3 less than 7? 3 is smaller, 7 is bigger. So I put the little point to the little number. Okay? Look at number 9. 100, 100. That's the same. Let's go to the tens. 110, 2 tens. Ooh, that's different. So is 1 greater than or less than 2? Less. So we put a little point to the little number. Okay? Okay, you're going to finish the rest of those. Let's go to number 15. Josh is thinking of a number between 100 and 199. It has 100, 4 tens, and 9 ones. Pia is thinking of a number between 100 and 199. It has 100, 8 tens, and 2 ones. Who is thinking of a greater number? Okay, so we need to know who. That means our answer has to be a name because who is asking about a person. So we have Josh and we have Pia. Okay, so one of those two names are going to be our answer. But it's asking us whose number is greater. So that means the bigger one. So over here, we're going to draw or write to explain. Okay, for me, the easiest way is for me to do an HTO chart for Josh and an HTO chart for Pia. So I'm going to just put J for Josh over here and P for Pia over here. So Josh is thinking of a number with 100. So that goes a 1 in the H. 4 tens. So that puts a 4 in the T. And 9 ones. That puts a 9 in the O. Okay, now let's look at Pia's number. Pia's thinking of a number that has 100. So that's a 1 in the H. 8 tens. That's an 8 in the T. And 2 ones. That's a 2 in the O. So we need to know who is thinking of the greater number. Okay, so let's look at their hundreds are the same. The tens. Josh has 4 tens and Pia has 8 tens. Is 4 greater or is 8 greater? 8 is greater. So that means 149 is less than 182. 182 is greater because the big open part goes to the big number. So that means that Pia has the greater number. So I write her name right here. Make sure you write her name with a capital. Okay, these last 2 pages are, again, adding and subtracting. So remember, we practiced this already a couple of times, so this should be easy for you. So remember, these are your first add-ins. Plus 4 is your second add-in. Your sum goes here. This is your greater number. So you can use your number line if you have one, or just draw one. All of these are adding, so they're all going up. So 6 plus 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So if you're adding, the big number should be what you're writing last. Okay? Let's look at number 7. Kirk is 9 years old. Sasha is 7 years old. Pam is 5 years old. How old will each child be in 5 years? So here's their ages, 9, 7, and 5. And the question says, how old will they be in 5 years? That means we need to add 5. So you can either write the word add or just put plus 5. So then you're going to go to your number line, 9 plus 5, write how old Kirk will be in 5 years. 7 plus 5 and 5 plus 5. Okay? Now in lesson 5 is the exact same, except for this time you're subtracting. Remember, if you're subtracting, you're going backwards on your number line. Okay? You're going to get a smaller number at the end. So it's taking away. So 6 minus 5. So if I go to 6 and I go 5 hops backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay? So you're going to do all subtraction here, going backwards. Let's look at number 7. Complete the table. Layla has 6 pins. Mark has 5 pins. Jorge has 4 pins. How many pins will each child have if they each give away 3 pins? Okay, so that's important. Give away 3 pins. So if they're giving them away, that means they're subtracting or taking away. Minus. And they're going to minus 3. Okay? So you could either write subtract 3 or just put a minus sign. So you're going to get a smaller number. 6 minus 3. So you're going to go backwards on your number line. 5 minus 3, 4 minus 3. Okay, and then you are done for today. Good job. Have fun with math.